Okay, thought I'd make a video here of a project I got myself into on my Cougar fifth wheel trailer here. The Blackwater septic sewer valve was dribbling, leaking. It's only a 2 or 3 year old trailer. This is a 277 RLS. And so anyway, what you're seeing here is kind of the aftermath of after I took out some of the floor undercarriage cover, you know, the big black tarp that's underneath it. And here I have it laying on the ground back here. And what I did is I actually cut it. I cut it right back by the rear axle, of course horizontally across about where the water drain lines are at. There's a support beam there, and it's a be easy place for me. In particular, here's the spot where I cut it at, and I can use some monster glue, tape I guess it is, and some fender washers, and where I run the seam there, I can put it back together. So we'll take a peek underneath here where I pulled it out. I've already cleaned up the mess. I was less than impressed on what they did when they built the trailer, but in any case, I've kind of cleaned everything up at this point. There was wiring and the glue applicator, wood, all kinds of things. But anyway, here's where the valves sit. To your left is the gray tank, and I've already taken out the black water valve. That's why you see a gap over there. And how it comes on out and runs on back where it dumps on down. And of course this model here has a gray tank, or a galley tank there in the back. Yeah, it fit really tight together. I pulled the bolts out, and I ended up taking a 2x6. And the reason why I used a 2x6 is it fit between the metal supports up above and right below the Y where it makes the bend there. It fit up on that pipe there, and it gave me a good leverage point to force all the plumbing back enough to get the valve out. No, it did not come out easy, but it came out. And again, just in case you were curious how this all looks, there's the black water tank. Here's where the water runs to the driver's or passenger's side to flush the tank. And yeah, before I started this project, I spent a week and a half in a state park, and it gave me a lot of chances to flush it over and over again. And here's the gray water tank. And again, I'm sitting over on the passenger side of the trailer, but it just shows you how it lays in here. And it's supported by these joists that run across here, and those joists are bolted in there. So if things got really bad, I suppose you could always unbolt those joists and drop the tanks out. And let's scoot on over here a little bit more, give you a chance to see where the wiring comes out from the driver's front, runs on back. It's a combination of the running lights and some heavy power cables, as well as the trailer brakes, and they run on back. And then, like I mentioned to you, that's where I cut the insulation right there. I'm a little shaky, I'm sorry about that. I was surprised looking up in there. That is the ductwork, that silver piece. Hold still here. The ductwork comes out of the heater. And that's how they heat the underbelly of the trailer, keep things from freezing. Kind of an interesting thing I don't think I was quite prepared for. So anyway, I got the valve out, and let me climb back out of from under the trailer here. And this is the insulation. One side is this plastic, while the other side is that reflective insulation. And here is my valve. I've already cleaned it up, so I spared you all the ugliness that goes along with it. And of course the rubber seals are on both sides. Unfortunately for me, all it was a piece of meat, of all things. It's like a steak that got stuck between the two seals, and gosh only knows how we got steak in there, but I won't even think about that too much. And I'm going to put a little Vaseline on it and use my 2x6 to kind of force it back in there again. It was all held together by 7/16 nuts and bolts. And by the way, the undercarriage there was all held on by those 3/8 self-tapping metal screws that go up underneath there. Here's my board I use for prying on the plumbing to get it in and out of there. And of course I had a little container there to collect anything that might drip out of there. Fortunately, it was very minimal. Okay, so I'm just kind of showing you where I'm at here and what's going on. The black water handle just threads right on to the end of the valve, so if you ever have one of those fall out, it's just a matter of finding the end of that shaft and getting on it and rotating it clockwise to screw it back on again. Okay, so here's my project, and just showing you where I'm at with this as far as replacing the black water wastewater valve.